Foam Drawing Friday is going to take a 3-week break after this video, and we'll do that so that we can have a bit of a summer holiday, and then when we come back we're going to start with section 3 of Cootsley's first workbook. Today we're going to do the form, which is a long band working with the knots that we have been working with previously. So we start off by creating a line that kind of curves a little bit. Then we create our first knot, and then we come out of our knot, curve up and down, and then we create our second knot. And then we come out, curve up and down, and create our third knot. Then we come out and up and down, and then we create our fourth knot. And here we curve round and up. So now this becomes a band. Here we're curving up and creating our knot, then we're coming down and then up, and then we're creating a knot, and then we're curving down and up, and here we're creating our knot, and down and up, and creating our knot, and down, and we come round and meet our line where we started it. So this is the band that's shown in Cootsley's first workbook. This is maybe quite a lot to start with. So what I suggest you do, in order maybe to prepare to do this particular band, is you start with just creating one of these. So we cut off the band, and then we gradually build on to the band. So what you would do to do that is you would create your curve and then the first knot, and then you would curve round and come down and then back up, and then you would create your knot, down, and curve round to meet up with your knot or your line where you started it. So now you just have two knots sitting over each other. Then you can do two knots. So then you would start again by creating a knot, and then you come out and down, and then you create a knot, and out to the side and up, and then you create your knot, and down and out to the side, create your knot, and then you meet up with your line where you started it. Here we have two knots. So then the final one that you would practice maybe is the one where you have a knot, and then you come out your knot, the curve, and then you have your knot, you come out with your curve, you have your knot, come round and up, and then you create your knot, come round and up, and you create your knot. This is very satisfying, creating these bands, because in a way it's fairly simple to get your knots sitting neatly on top of each other. If you pay attention as you're doing this, then as you're coming down and round, all you need to look for is, where did my last knot start? So here I'm coming round and up, and then that's where I stop, and then I start creating my knot, and I finish it where the knot ended above, and then I try and make sure that I go through and come out of my knot about halfway through this line, and that way the crossing points also sit above each other. So again, here we go with the next line, and I take it all the way to the side of the first starting point of the first knot, and then I come round to the side where the first knot ended, and that way they sit neatly on top of each other. I hope you can see that. I think what I'll do is I'll just quickly draw up for you the knots with the crayon here so that you can see. So down here we've got just the dark blue, because that is actually the only type of line that we're using here, which is the same or from the band above. So when you're doing just the one knot, then you're essentially, you don't use this light blue line at all with the one knot, but it comes in here. So here we have the binds, the knots, the red, and then we've got the dark blue here and dark blue here. But here we also hear the light blue. Here this line starts appearing. It's like a little hill or a little valley. So you're coming from your hill into your valley here. And the same down here. I don't think I need to illustrate it down here, but basically down here we've got the two light blue, or these would be light blue. So, you know, you also have the 3 different lines in this one. So really it's only in the one with just one knot that we've got the 2 different lines, the curve, and then these 2 lines here that are the same but mirrored. So that's all for this week. And as I said, Form Drawing Friday will be taking a little break, and then we'll be back to start with section 3 when we come back after the holiday.